It is win or go home time in the men's side of the TST. The round of 32 here on Field 5, as we're delighted to have Pumas D Alabama, the winner of Group E, and then with an incredible late run, AFC Bournemouth was scoring 10 goals in their last game to get in. The rules of the game, 7v7, no slide tackles, no offside, no throw-ins. And then eventually we get to a target score after 40 minutes where you take the leading score and add one. That is the target. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both of these teams. As you'll see them on the screen, Pumas de Alabama, who were a perfect 3-0 as they cruise through Group E, beating the Reggae Rovers as well as Say Word and Dark Horse NC United. It'll be Luis Diego Gomez in goal, Eddie Sanchez, number 13, Uriel Zuert, number 37, Elder Giordana, number 8, Idor Giordano, number 9, Hugo Rodriguez, number 17, and Cesar Vallejo, number 58. The starting lineup for AFC Bournemouth out of the Premier League. By the way, a ninth place season this year, 15-11-12, their best season since the 2016-2017 campaign. It'll be Charlie Philpott in goal, wearing number 1, defender Tommy Elphick, number 5, Dan Gosling wearing number 4, Junior Rosero, who's got 5 goals in the tournament, including 4 in their 10-2 win to get in as one of the 8 third-place teams. Of course, goal differential playing a key role. They needed every bit of those goals. Brett Pittman wears number 10. He's in the starting lineup. Sebastian Ruiz, number 15. He's in the starting lineup. And Matt Harold, number 9, also in the starting lineup. So Bournemouth in the black uniforms, Pumas de Alabama in the yellow. Matt Harold is out there. Of course, Tyler Adams, who, wonderful story and a key part, as long as he's healthy, of the USA team. Somebody that you would think would be, if he's healthy, a surefire starter for the team that will represent the USA in the World Cup. AFC Bournemouth also with ownership from Michael B. Jordan, the actor, who we actually thought might be here a little bit. He may have snuck in. That kind of guy, when you look like that, hard to not be noticed, though. I feel like I would have heard about that from somebody, but pretty cool as well. And they've got some guys that, I mean, you think about Junior Stanislas with over 150 games. The guy also spent some time at West Ham and Burnley, wearing number 19. Yeah, one of several, and we are ready to roll. All right, so here we go.
And fans, we have kickoff on Field
Bournemouth.
5, AFC Bournemouth, Pumas de Alabama. Men's knockout round of 32 matchup.
Saw Rosero get 4 goals in that 10-2 win over Real Atletico to slide them in as one of the 8 third-place teams. They needed that in the biggest way. So AFC Bournemouth from the Premier League, bringing its signature intensity and attacking style to TST as the club enters the high-stakes 7-a-side tournament with a reputation for resilience and flair. The Cherries will be a team to watch, and they certainly were in that last game over Real Atletico to even get to this knockout stage. That's right. Now it's win or go home time. Group play is over as they'll get down to 16 and then get down to 8. And then tomorrow, when the day is over, we'll know the 2 teams that will battle for $1 million on Sunday here at Wakeman Soccer Park, the soccer festival that is the TST. Pumas de Alabama with a 5-2 win over Say Word, a 4-3 win over the Reggae Rovers, where they had a 3-0 lead, gave up 3 goals, and then got the target score time win to win at 4-3, and then a 4-0 win over my broadcast partner with North Carolina FC, the great Andrew Tate, who was working along with Dwan Bader, two very familiar and popular names in the North Carolina area. And Sir Andrew Tate, job well done to you and Dwan Bader. Got a win in your group, a team that came together later, like really late, as they put that team together. Sun blaring down, and with so much on the line, we'll see if Bournemouth can use that amazing 10-goal outburst against Real Atletico and bring that on. Bournemouth looking pretty confident now. That shot not quite on frame. To their credit, quite a few players rostered for this team actually did spend time with AFC Bournemouth. That does not happen all the time. Great Josie Altidore listed as one of the coaches. And I know I feel like some people have said they've seen Josie. He's not playing. That'd be cool. A couple touches. Pumas de Alabama with an Alabama flair, but we got a corner kick coming. So a corner kick coming.
Now a corner kick for Bournemouth.
Bournemouth goes short, top of the goal box. Deflected away and out of bounds.
Fans, if you're just joining us here on Field 5, welcome. We have a knockout round of 32 matchup between AFC Bournemouth and Pumas de Alabama. We're a little over 4 minutes into the first
Pumas
half.
de Alabama, a little bit more on them, a
Bournemouth
rising
in the
force in the
black
U.S.
kits.
amateur soccer scene.
Pumas
They bring their dynamic style and
gold
passionate
and
play
white
to this
kits.
global stage. Known for their strong Latino roots and community-driven approach, the team has made waves with their high-energy performances and skilled roster as they take on the world's best in the $1 million winner-takes-all competition. Pumas de Alabama aims to prove they belong among the elite, and they have looked really good along the way. Marco Vega Coria, the head coach, the GM Juan Esparza, Mario Quezada Gutierrez, an assistant coach, along with Jorge Ocampo Ortega, Jose Calderon Morales, a sponsor, Jose Santillan Silva, a sponsor, and Daniel Calaza Jr. also involved in getting Pumas de Alabama here. The winner of this game will take on the winner of Hashtag United and Selección Potrero. Pumas de Alabama have not lost a game. Couple touches and the turn. Eddie Gabriel Sanchez Ramirez. Down for a moment, Christopher Alexis Castillo Mahia. Here's a shot, and we've got the first goal of the game. Number 55 scoring, as that's Yajarmabet Kanian Marino Higuera. Number 55 has given Pumas de Alabama a 1-0 lead And this is winner go home time, so a good start for Pumas de Alabama. And it's the first goal for Marino Higuera. And he'll take it. 1-0. Pumas de Alabama on top of AFC Bournemouth. As I mentioned, finished 9th this season in the 20-team Premier League. Pretty good season across the pond. Of course, the Premier League's so popular in the U.S. and multiple markets. I saw a stat the other day that said Buffalo, actually, New York, more people watching the Premier League in Buffalo than any other city in the U.S. How about that? It's not just the Buffalo Bills and Sabres. They're in upstate New York. Played to the feet here of Gustavo Ernesto Gutierrez Bravo.
Goal scored by number 55. Marino Higuera.
Couple touches, another shot. Shot that time coming from Hugo Ivan Rodriguez.
And about 8 minutes
This.
into the first half. In this battle on field 5, your score, Pumas.
Again, the winner of this game will head to the round of the 16 to take on the winner of Selección Petrero and Hashtag United. Little ball across, far side, and an answer there. Well done by AFC Bournemouth as Brett Pittman, he scored a goal against Wrexham. Besides AFC Bournemouth, spent some time with Bristol City among some other teams. And Pittman with his second goal, and we're tied at 1-1. Good answer by AFC Bournemouth.
Brett Pittman.
They turned it on late to beat Real Atletico to give them their first win. They had lost 3-1 to Conquefa, and they lost 6-2 to Wrexham before that 10-2 run, and they needed all of those goals to get that goal differential up. Deflected away, top of the 18. We'll go home time as Daniels is on it. AFC Bournemouth. Well, anything can happen. You got to remember, too, like the groups, the TST does an amazing job kind of trying sometimes to do themed groups, do perhaps geography, regional-based groups, perhaps international-based groups, that type of thing. So based on that, you can have some loaded-up groups and different groups. So you wonder when they get to the 32, does it matter that a team ripped through their group and appears one of the better teams, and then face a Bournemouth team that just barely got in after losing their first 2 games, but yet they're right in it. We're at 1-1. $1 million on the line. The soccer festival like none other, the TST, now in its 3rd season. Every game being streamed in some form or being shown on multiple platforms across the ESPN family of networks. And we're delighted to be here to bring it all to you from Cary, North Carolina, Wake Med Soccer Park. Park that has seen a lot of rain in here and a lot of games, and yet it stands tall. AFC Bournemouth trying to add to their lead. And they do. AFC Bournemouth has scored again, and it's 2-1. Walking it in, AFC Bournemouth with a tremendous response. Just confirming the goal scorer on the far side from our field level position. So number 19, as we already talked about, Junior Stanislas with over 150 games played in a decorated career for AFC Bournemouth. has made it 2-1. Pumas to Alabama was understandably, as they ran through their group, getting a ton of love, but
Goal scored by number 19, Junior Stanislaus.
Junior Stanislaus, a long and successful career at Bournemouth.
And 12 minutes into the first half, your score, AFC Bournemouth.
Little touch, turn,
Pumas to Alabama 1.
and it's picked up right there.
Field 5, Pumas to Alabama in the yellow and white kits. Bournemouth in the black kits.
We mentioned earlier the 9th place finish this year was their highest in the Premier League since the 2016-2017 season. Dangerous. And knocked out of bounds. It'll come back to Bournemouth. Bournemouth with a 2-1 lead here. We'll get a time check on how much time is left here in the first half. 7.5 minutes left. Pumas to Alabama. Trail in this game, 2-1. Dancing with it, Adrian Gonzalez Sandoval.
If you're just joining us on Field 5, welcome. We have a men's knockout round of 32 matchup between AFC Bournemouth and Pumas de Alabama. 7 minutes remaining.
Coming forward with it now is Adrian Gonzalez Sandoval again.
Pumas de Alabama 1.
Little turn. Pumas de Alabama trying to equalize. Down 2-1. Touch coming from Eddie Gabriel Sanchez Ramirez. Pumas to Alabama. Blocked away again. Back to the feet of Eddie Gabriel Sanchez Ramirez. He'll keep it on the ground. Near side. Back again to Eddie. Quick touch coming from Adrian Gonzalez Sandoval. Bournemouth trying to win it back, but it stays with Pumas to Alabama in rare territory here, as they have not been behind very often. I don't know, quite sure whether we'll need to check that, but they have been strong this entire tournament, 3-0 in their group play. They mentioned they play the winner of the L1 winner, Selección Potrero, in the second place in the I group, #United. Still loose. And a big save. Charlie Philpott. Philpott with a couple saves.
Fans, we are under 5 minutes remaining in the first half here on Field 5. Your score, Bournemouth 2, Pumas de Alabama 1.
Charlie Philpott played at Eastlake, Wimborne Town, Gosport Borough. Wearing the number 1 jersey and slow to get up as they'll stop the clock. While they tend to Philpott, we'll ask our high-level producer, Anthony Henage, to give us a stat update on perhaps shots and saves. 7 shots for Pumas de Alabama, who trail 2-1. 5 shots for Bournemouth, who's made the most of them as they lit 2-1. Bournemouth with one save. Pumas have 3 saves. Philpott, who's down, was down, has got 3 saves. Shots on goal pretty even. 4 for Pumas, 3 for Bournemouth. All right, we're back rolling here too.
And
2-1 Bournemouth. Bournemouth looking for more. Bournemouth
and standings
knocked
at
on the ground.
TST77.com or by checking out the video board
Sent in
at the
quickly
Coca-Cola
by
Tournament
Bournemouth by
Central.
Sean Cooper, number 22. Cooper with the kick in. No throw-ins in the TST. Bournemouth with kind of a miracle finish to get to this point.
With roughly 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half here on field 5. A knockout round of 32 battle. AFC Bournemouth taking on Pumas de Alabama. Your score, Bournemouth 2, Pumas 1.
So go off of Pumas de Alabama. Well, you feel like Bournemouth and these wonderful veterans have figured some things out. We got a long way to go, though.
And fans, if you're just joining us on field 5, welcome. Pumas de Alabama in the gold and white kits. AFC Bournemouth in the black and gold kits.
Bournemouth trying to add to their 2-1 lead. Drop it down over near the right side in the corner. And Bournemouth will keep it. So the foul called against Pumas de Alabama here in the final 60-second. And it'll be Daniels over the ball. Charlie Daniels, he has scored some goals here. This could be the final play of the first half. Bournemouth would happily take a 3-1 lead into halftime against a team that did not lose a game in group play. Just waiting for the referee. Final seconds here. Pumas de Alabama would love to pull one back, and they do. It's 3-2. A wonderful goal from, once again, Moreno Higuera, who's got a brace. Second goal for number 55. And we are tied at 2-2 here in what should be the final seconds here. This knockout round stage with so much on the line. Fair play to both these teams, though. It's been a clean game. No pushing and shoving. No messing about. A couple little injuries where the man in the middle, the official's done a good job kind of taking over the situation. Two. We have played the 20 minutes. Pumas de Alabama. Looks like the referee's going to give them one more opportunity. Little turn. They just made it 2-2. And And with that back pass, that will be the first half whistle.
That's gonna do
It is the kind of intensity you expect when you're in the win or go home stage. And with that AFC Bournemouth, who just was able to sneak in by scoring 10 goals in their last game, they're at 2. And then Pumas to Alabama, who ran the table in their group, they're at 2. 2-2 at the half. We'll be back in 5 minutes or so for the second half.
With same-day and next-day appointments. Learn more at DukeHealth.org. And fans, the action doesn't stop just because the match ends. Benton, just minutes away, is your go-to spot for food, shopping, and post-game fun. Benton's amazing restaurants and stores are just a short walk or quick drive away. And it's the perfect spot to celebrate a win or shake off a tough loss. We'll see you there at Benton. And fans, as a reminder, TST will be using target score time at the conclusion of today's game. At the end of the second half, a target score will be set by adding 1 to the leading team's goal count. The first team to reach that target score wins.
Welcome back. It's halftime here as we take a look at the stats here. We got a good one here in the knockout round, as you would expect. Pumas to Alabama, who swept their group. They got a late goal, as a brace is in play already for Marino Higuera, number 55, and AFC Bournemouth from the Premier League, who scored 10 goals against Real Atletico after losing the first two games, 6-2 to Wrexham and then 3-1 to Pat McAfee, Tony Meola's Concaifa team. And AFC Bournemouth actually was trailed 1-0, came back with 2 goals. Looks like they were going to have a few more. And now we get ready. And we did just learn that, among other talents, that Anthony Henage is amphibious as well. Here we go. For those of you at home, I've known Anthony for a long time. He used the word ambiguous, but a little NC State basketball reference, which I think is allowable on Tobacco Road. All right, here we go. The knockout round. I mean, think about that. You have traveled from different parts of the country in many cases, and especially with Bournemouth, different parts of the world, across the pond, with a goal of winning $1 million. And for some team, that pursuit of the $1 million will continue. For one team, it'll end right here in this knockout round at 32.
AFC Bournemouth taking on Pumas de Alabama. Your score, we are knotted up 2-2. We have a great second half ahead of us, fans.
Cooper on the ball. Sean Cooper, number 22. Junior Stanislas, 150 games. My former broadcast partner for North Carolina FC, the great Austin DeLuz, all-time assist leader at Wake Forest, and along with Nazmi Abadawi, two of the premier faces of the franchise, actually was all over Bournemouth this morning. Great to talk to him about what he knew about the program. Mad respect for Austin DeLuz, the entire DeLuz family. Of course, his father, Tony DeLuz, taking Wake Forest to the national championship game for women's D1 soccer, and getting his contract extended. The ageless wonder, Tony DeLuz, he may go till he's 80. Got another soccer ball out there. This one goes off the crossbar. And there's still a second ball out there. The referee not aware. Pretty good work there from Luis Diego Luna, getting rid of the second soccer ball that had come in from the field behind us. The TST, Wake Med Soccer Park, the main stadium, they've got 2 fields there. That's where on Sunday you'll have 2 teams celebrating their $1 million victory. And then Field 3, which is just behind the main stadium, has kind of turned into the marquee stadium because Pat McAfee was doing a show there for several days. Good opportunity for Pumas de Alabama as he's denied by Charlie Philpott. He took that shot in the first half. It looks to be okay. Then even further beyond that Field 3 are Fields 4 and 5. We're at 5, and then up as you drive in, way up high, Fields 6 and 7. Caught 8 games on day 1 from Field 7. A couple exciting games yesterday, including the Cardinal Legacy win over the Hoosier Army. Handball. Rosero with 5 goals. He had 4 in those 10 goals against Real Atletico. And really, without him, Bournemouth's not even here in this position where they're tied 2-2. Probably a little upset they gave up a goal fairly late. in that first half. Good ball in, good turn. Philpott getting low. The turn coming from Sandoval. Philpott with another save. We'll see if get an update on the amount of saves for Philpott. 4 saves for Philpott. Thank our entire crew, Anthony Hennage, Daniel Bentley, Jameel Francis kind of in charge of this area, Michael Helmack, Knox Horn, and great to be back with Matt Wojciechowicz and his deep tone pipes. Little run and Philpott. Philpott, not in my house. It'll be a corner kick. Philpott wearing the 1 jersey, playing with a ton of confidence. Two. That was the score at halftime, and that's the score here into the second half. Pumas de Alabama. That man right there with both of the goals. Mentioned this side travels quite a bit around the country and perhaps around the world. A lot of times some of the islands have these kind of tournaments.
Tremendous match in our hands. AFC Bournemouth, Pumas de Alabama. We are tied 2-2 in the second half.
Played about 6 minutes here into the second half. Pumas de Alabama. You can tell right now that kind of the mentality changes here in that, well, it's no different, you know, the fans that watch the World Cup or Copa America, the UEFA Champions League, you know the deal. The deeper you go, the more careful you want to be. You don't want to make any mistakes. You want to attack at the right time. That ball intended for Harold, not quite there. The star of the game for Pumas has been Marino Higuera, wearing number 55, and here he is on it. He's got 2. I thought he was going to try to pop it for the hat trick. And instead it's knocked out of bounds. Good work. It'll come back to AFC Bournemouth. What a story for Bournemouth to even get here. Stanislas, who is an AFC Bournemouth legend, he's got one here, number 19. So great to see him representing AFC Bournemouth. Still looks fantastic, number 19, Junior Stanislas. They play it forward, chested down. Stanislas kind of pinballed off of 3 Pumas to Alabama jerseys. Harold! Oh, wow. That was going to be a big move. He thought it was going to be a great trap and turn, but he perhaps had too much jersey and whistled for the foul. Luis Diego Luna. He had 6 saves in one game, 3 saves in another. Ask for my producer to repeat his message he just gave me. Daniel Cuna Mata almost got it back, and it's knocked away. About 9 minutes into the second half. Down near the end line, Philpott with another save. Turning, tight quarters. So skillful, these players here, Pumas de Alabama. keep it on the ground. Of course, Pumas carries such a heavy name in Mexico. Little move. Philpott again with the save. Charlie Philpott, save after save. More pressure, and Philpott again is there. Philpott, you're going to let it breathe for just a moment.
As we got a great match going here in Field 5. AFC Bournemouth.
Long ball, big time match here. 8 saves for Philpott. This is win or go home time. It is the knockout round of 32. Somebody will celebrate gloriously as they make it to the final 16. Somebody upset that their dream of $1 million will be over.
Field 5, AFC Bournemouth,
Pumas
Alabama.
woke up late at the end of the first half right there to tie it and have looked really good here in the second half. We played 10 minutes, still looking for a goal. Philpott sends it long. Really good work coming in there by Junior Rosario. Philpott. One of the great things about this 7v7 game, you do not need to be a giant goalkeeper to be effective in this game. In fact, a lot of times, like Christian Lomeli, a good example for Indiana, smaller, but a guy can hit it. And trying to hit it right there was deflected. Good shot coming in from Junior Rosario. Rosero with 5 goals, including 4 in that 10-2 win to get here. On the head of Harold. And picked out of the air by Diego Luna. I want to apologize. That's Alfonso Giovanna Rodriguez Granados who's in goal. He has split time with Luis Diego Luna. And we've got a whistle and a dangerous free kick coming up for Pumas de Alabama. Hugo Isaac Rodriguez de la O is over it. At the moment, it's a 3-man wall for Bournemouth. Now 2. They'll release 1. And this is going to be a shot that's going to sail over into field 3. And where the big timers are and the VIPs. Another great part of the TST, as the word is there's already been over 50,000 people come through, or they're anticipating that. Point is, another year where the numbers have grown more and more, and I think adds further value to the notion of coming back again. Pittman does enough to earn the kick in. Cooper's going to take it. Cooper checking to see if they wanted to make a change. It does look like Elphick's going to come out. He's got a couple goals. This one coming all the way through. It almost worked its way in. I think that'll be a corner kick. Rosero, number 16, having himself an unbelievable tournament. By the way, he spent some time with FC Detroit that's got an incredible following. So a decent pickup for this Bournemouth team. You can tell they know the deal. They want to attack, but they also do not want to make a mistake, do not want to give up a breakaway. Little knock right there. One back by Ruiz. Rosero can't get to it, so it'll come back to Pumas de Alabama. As we're approaching 6 minutes left in regulation, the score 2-2. Those of you then that have been following along, if it stays 2-2 through 40, they'll set the target at 3. So pretty simple. They'll roll out there, and the first team that scores will advance to the round of 16. The other team is done. Pittman there to try to clean things up, and he is fouled. It's a couple times he has earned the whistle. He's done his job as holding up the ball, and a good chance for Bournemouth to reset. Another great crowd here. I say day 3, but they have been out here more than a week at some media time Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday all out media time. The social media team with the TST family, John Mugar and the rest of the gang, Dan, you name them, all of them. Also Mike Burks, big fan of him. But extending down, though, to the social media team, they have blown my mind with all that they put out there on the TST. Deserve a tremendous amount of credit.
Tremendous knockout of 32 battle between AFC Bournemouth and Pumas, Alabama. We are knotted up at 2 apiece with less than 5 minutes remaining in regulation.
So less than 5 minutes remaining. Irving Mario Zurita Garcia had it for a moment. Now it's back over to Miguel Angel Georgiana Hernandez. Little touch, little tap in. Philpott gets low. With him down low, they tried to go high. Jose Mariano Amero Rios, who's got a couple goals in the tournament. Not quite there. A lot of local youth clubs helping out, including the ball boys and ball girls. Ari is here. Ari just got himself mentioned on Quote TV. Wake FC. Philpott with a left foot. Headed right back by Pumas to Alabama. It is 2-2. We're in minute 37. Harold. Pumas to Alabama. This is a pretty good ball. One over there by Gosling. It's loose, though. Pumas to Alabama. Into the goal box. Turns back. Shot! Finish! And a goal for Pumas to Alabama. Christopher Alexis Castillo Mejia.
Go Pumas to Alabama.
Charlie Philpott had been standing on his head, but that time nothing he could do as number 22, Christopher Alexis Castillo Mejia, with his first goal of the TST. And what a big one, as he is now, with that goal, set the target score, at least for the moment, at 4. Oh, could be answered. A quick turn by Junior Rosario, and a big-time save by Alfonso Giovanni Rodrigo Granados, who, by the way, had the game winner against Dark Horse, hitting the target score time goal. You always like seeing that out of a goalkeeper. Pumas to Alabama. It has not been as easy as perhaps maybe they thought it was based on their undefeated run through group play. Wow, there's a touch, and down goes Jose Antonio Medina Alvarado, who had 2 goals against the Reggae Rovers, a big-time talented team. That win over the Reggae Rovers caught my attention because the Reggae Rovers are legit, a team that I think has a shot of winning this thing if everybody stays healthy. Pumas to Alabama would love to add one more goal before we go to target score time. It's the TST as we are walking our way up to about 1 minute remaining here in the second half, and Pumas to Alabama with a 3-2 lead over Bournemouth. from the Premier League, southern part of England.
1 minute remaining in regulation. 1 minute remaining.
The mighty pipes of Matt Wojciechowicz telling us 1 minute. 1 minute remaining. Fans all the way around this field knowing what is on the line. It's a knockout game. Group play's done, folks. We are into knockout time all day long on the men's side. Uriel Paz on the ball. I see the name Paz and reminded of one of my favorite players. Adrian Paz played for the Colorado Rapids, the Columbus Crew, among other teams. Actually scored a goal in the 1997 MLS Cup in D.C., where D.C. United won that game 2-1 over the Colorado Rapids. Adrian Paz, key part of the team. He was on one side. Chris Henderson, who was on the 1992 U.S. Olympic team, he was also on the 1990 U.S. World Cup team, was on the other wing. And we are headed to target score time. The target has been set. And Pumas to Alabama, who have not lost a game, they've set the target at 4 because they lead Bournemouth by a score of 3-2. The target is 4. And when we return, we'll bring you target score time as you're watching the TST in Cary, North Carolina.
And fans, we've now crossed over into target score time. We set our target score by adding 1 goal to the leading team's score at the end of regulation. Our target score is 4. First team to 4 wins. Don't forget, fans, 1 player will be removed from each team every 3 minutes. Fans, you don't want to go anywhere. We have a fantastic target score time ahead between AFC Bournemouth and Pumas to Alabama right here on Field 5. Kickoff coming off momentarily.
Target score time, and we'll make sure everybody realizes the championship games are Monday. I feel like I accidentally slipped and said Sunday, but Monday is when the $1 million, and Monday and $1 million certainly works.
Don't forget, fans, every 3 minutes.
And here we go. The target score has been set by Pumas to Alabama, who has been a fantastic story, going undefeated in group play. And then AFC Bournemouth with a 10-2 win over Real Atletico. to just get him to this spot. Actually, at one point had a 2-1 lead, but the target is at 4 with Pumas to Alabama with a 3-2 lead. So simply put, Pumas to Alabama needs 1. AFC Bournemouth needs 2. Remember, AFC Bournemouth basically needed 10 in their last game to just advance, and they got 10. With an eye on Monday's championship game. I want to thank Mike Burks. Does an amazing job kind of overseeing the crew of broadcasters and analysts and sideline reporters. Glad he's here. Time to tense up a little bit. Nervy time. Knockout stage. Win or go home. Target score set at 4. Pumas to Alabama. They do seem to be playing with a little bit of urgency here, even at 7v7, which is good to see. Those of you that have been watching the TST know exactly what I'm saying. AFC Bournemouth, ooh, little breakaway from behind. That's going to be a card, and it will be a yellow. So a yellow card coming in for number 7, Miguel Angel Morales Milan, who's got 3 goals in the tournament for Pumas to Alabama, as they have kind of been able to spread the wealth as far as their offensive production.
Miguel Morales Milan.
All right, so coming out of the game for Pumas de Alabama, Miguel Angel Morales Milan. Rosero over the ball, kept it down into the wall, and what a shot, a save. Got enough of it. Big time save from Alfonso Giovanni Rodriguez Granados. Wearing the 31 jersey, the shot coming from Junior Rosario, who has been brilliant. Chested down.
And fans, it's that time. One player from each team will step off the pitch. We're going to 6v6.
So now we go 6v6. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We'll walk you to the championship games. Phil Pott. Turned over. One back. Daniels. Bournemouth. Ruiz. Turn back over. This Pumas to Alabama team. They've got some veterans, they've got some youth, and they've got some magic. Right over in front. Philpott came out. Couple goals already. Dropped and hammered home. And the winner with a rocket. Adrian Gonzalez Sandoval. And Pumas to Alabama is moving on to the round of 16. And that will end the search for $1 million for AFC Bournemouth. The only thing that is left is the Adidas Golden Fleece for the winner. They are looking for the fleece. And
Pumas de Alabama, the winning goal in Golden Fleece goes to number 5.
yeah, the winning goal in Golden Fleece, as you're hearing, goes to
Adrian
Adrian
Gonzalez
Gonzalez
Sandoval.
Sandoval. So with the fleece around him,
Congratulations
the
to
ticket
Pumas
is punched
de
to the
Alabama.
round of 16 for Pumas de Alabama. They get a 4-2 win. For Anthony Daniel and the rest of the crew, I'm Dean Linke saying thanks for listening to the TST.